good afternoon, or good morning late a little bit. Welcome to Coaching with Connie. I'm Connie Fuksa. How are you guys all doing today? So I wanted to share with you guys something that I feel like is really important, because I think we get really mixed up when we're talking about what we feel really strongly about. When someone asks you what you do for a living, what do you say? Do you say, this is what I do? Or do you talk about, this is what I know because of what I do? And here's the reason I want you to think about this distinction. And I'm so excited about this because I really feel like this is a pivotal spot for you to make a difference, to have people understand what really matters to you, not necessarily what you do for a living. And I'm going to share this with you because, a lot of you know, I used to own a title company. I sold that after 32 years. And for the longest time, I was trying really hard to always tell people what a title company was, what we did, how we did it, why it was important for them to know that, instead of creating the understanding of all the things that I knew because of what I do. And so all the things that you know about what you do or what you're so passionate about is the reason people follow you. They're not going to follow you because you do a particular business and you may think you know everything about that business. Instead, help people understand all the things you know because you do this really cool job. Or because you do this really cool thing, or you have this really cool passion. So let's say that you do direct sales and somebody says, well, what do you do for a living? And you say, oh, well, I have this great company I work for, and we sell this health and wellness product, and it's fantastic, and it'll help you lose all this weight, it'll make you feel better. No, stop talking about that. Talk about things that you know that not the product does for you, but things that you've learned. So that health and wellness concept. Maybe you've learned that if you do certain things with your body, it rejuvenates your cells. Did you know that? Not because of this product, but here's the things you know. Maybe you're in a direct sales and you're in a skincare program. Talk about not the product, not the name, not the product. I mean, that's important as well. But first, what you want to do is engage people in the information you know. Like, say, for example, you know that if you wear waterproof mascara every single day, it's going to start breaking your lashes off because it dries them out. So you know this. So when somebody says, what do you do for a living? Well, let me share with you some things that I know. I work with a skincare company, but here's some stuff that I know that I find really fascinating and I think you'll think is interesting as well. Then all of a sudden, people understand you to be the person who knows all these answers, and then you can share about your company and why you love this company. But what I want you to share more is the things that you love. I like to also go back to, maybe you work for a car dealership. Don't say, oh, I sell cars for a living. Hey, I help people get into vehicles. But here's what I wanted to share with you. Do you know about gap insurance? Do you know about something I find out really fascinating in the line of work that I'm in is that, XYZ about a car. I mean, I don't know all those details, but that I find that most people are interested in cars with heated seats, because I live in an area where heated seats are really a problem, because if you have leather seats, they look great, but they're really cold in the wintertime. Or I live in an area that we really have to think about, the tires that you put on your car. So yes, you have to say what you do because it's the lead in, but not who you work for, and not that that's the conversation. So here's what I want to tell you. Maybe you are a young person that you're off for the summer and you're doing babysitting work. I want you to share some tips about babysitting with people that you meet. Not, hey, I'm the best babysitter in the world, and here's my number, and you can call me, and you can do this and that, and I'm going to take care of your kids. Absolutely, those are important things, but you need people to want to listen to you first. And if you're sharing something that's valuable to them, then they're going to listen to you, right? So I want you to talk to people about the things that you know, not what you do for a living. Because what do? You actually help people with health and wellness, or you help people with exercise, or you help people understand the importance of certain things about their vehicle. Or I work with people to help them be able to tell people about their story, what they do, and in a way that people can understand it better. So here, that's what I'm sharing with you guys. This is a really important piece. If you sell real estate, it's of course important to make available those houses that are available that people want to see. But what I want you to talk about on a regular, when somebody's not necessarily asking you a question, share tips and information you know, because as a realtor, you know so much information that us as buyers and sellers have no idea about. And the more you share that information, all those pieces of information you know, the more you're going to attract people to want to know more. And then who's the first person they think about when they want to talk about real estate? You, because you know it all. At least in their mind you do. The same is true with a mortgage lender or a person who's a mechanic. Yes, I work on cars, but did you know that the best way to make sure that your car stays running really well in this really hot weather is you should be checking your antifreeze, or you should be doing X, Y, Z. You know, there's a good friend of mine that's online that does nutrition and exercise, and she shares tips. Like today she shared this tip about olive oil. And we all think olive oil is the saving grace of oils, right? And it is, but you have to know your limits, right? And so she's sharing about that kind of thing. And that's what I want you guys to understand. You're not pushing what you do for a living. Share that. Somebody asked you that question. Yes, I sell automobiles. But here's something else I wanted you to know, a really fun fact that I just learned. And then what happens is you build this momentum that people want to hear the more fun facts that you have, the more things that you know, and then you're the person that they call, because now all of a sudden you're the person who knows it all. And you're sharing with them things that are valuable tips that can make changes in their mindset. So I just want to share with you that it's so much more important to share what you know instead of what you do. And I want you to think about that whenever you are in an environment with someone else and hey, I just found out that blah, and I thought you'd think this is really interesting, blah, blah, blah. Not, the interest rates are going up, the interest rates are going down if you're a real estate agent or a mortgage lender or a title person. Hey, it's a great time to do this or that. Yeah, those are good things to know, but the more important things are share with me things I don't know. I can't figure out easily. I'm not hearing on the internet or I'm not hearing on the news. Share with me about why I need to understand what a listing agreement is. What does that even mean? Like, if I'm going to have you sell my house, what do we have to do? So go through a series of explaining what those processes are, not all at one time, a little bit at a time. As I come to you guys, we talk about little snippets of things as you come along. But I want you to get really good at sharing what you know and less about sharing what you do, because that's going to definitely build that trust and that understanding and remind people that you're the person that knows it all about your industry. So keep remembering to share what you do and not what you know. What you know and not what you do. And you'll have a lot more followers and you'll have a lot more people that want to know more about what you do because you're sharing what you know. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I like to tell you that we've been updating a lot of things on our website, a lot of freebies. If you have questions about certain processes, we've been uploading some new freebies up there so you can go and look. And if you're interested in getting on our entrepreneurial interview series, please reach out and let me know about that as well, because I'd love to have you on. If you're running a business, your own business, you're running a business for someone else, you're running a business inside of a business, we want to hear and share your story. So message me about that. And if you'd like to talk to me a little bit more about how we can work together to sharpen your story and be able to share more about what you do, more about what you know, because maybe you're not sure that you have enough to talk about, let's talk about that too. You can register on my website for a free 15-minute interview where we sit and talk about how we might be able to work together. So go there, ConnieFuksa.com, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the day. Thanks for tuning in to Coaching with Connie. I'll talk to you again real soon. Bye-bye.